No need for captain's log since we're picking up right where we left off from the previous session. Just a quick recap for the audience and for your sakes. The Argo is above a planetary system known as Orchon, which lies in Klingon space. The Argo was sent in to investigate a mysterious transmission that was encoded in Romulan. While the message was brief, it was enough evidence that there could be some potential Romulan collusion going on. Upon your arrival in the Orchon system, you entered into orbit around Orchon IV, where you discovered a old mining outpost. Orchon IV used to be a dilithium mining outpost. However, it has been since abandoned since from over mining of dilithium has led to instability within the planet's core, causing massive earthquakes from time to time, deeming it too hazardous to mine further. When the away team investigated one of the old mining colonies, they found a secret underground base where Commander Wolfgate and it's Lieutenant Shran. Lieutenant Shran beamed down inside a Romulan outpost from essentially a makeshift transporter array that was in one of the Klingon workshops. When they were investigated, they were ambushed by Romulans. When we cut back to the Argo was indeed two Romulan birds of prey decloaked. And that's where we ended it last session. But we're going to start off in the actual Klingon workshop.
Okay. So I guess I would contact the ship.
Currently, you have not received contact from Commander Wolfgang or the ship, and you're actually hearing noises coming from outside.
I would draw my now Type 2 phaser since I gave my Type 3 to whoever that was, assisting security. And kind of come over, take some cover here, maybe bend down and take aim at the door, like see if anyone comes in.
Okay.
I would kind of signal the others to also take some cover and kind of hide a little bit, which I'm sure the doctor would complain about.
Caleb, do you want to grab a pause?
Yeah, sure. I'll grab pause.
I'll give you control, Captain of the Doctor. But yeah, you hear, footsteps rattling
Are
at
they?
the door. Is there anything
They're coming
else?
towards the door.
Are you going to do anything?
I'm waiting for them to come in as I want to kind of ambush them.
Prax, will you ping the location of the door as a reminder?
Like I said, move down just a bit to give me a good line of sight.
All right.
And does anyone come in?
So far, not yet.
Sure, that's fine, Caleb. Brennan will take out his tricorder and put it on silent mode and see if he can't scan to see who's outside or what's outside.
Give me
call.
reason plus science or medicine difficulty of 1.
What was the difficulty? Sorry.
Difficulty will be 1. Reason science.
Xenobiology is a focus.
Sure.
Okay. I'm just gonna roll it straight. There we go.
They appear to be Romulan.
Lieutenant, they appear to be Romulans.
Keep your voice down. If you can, try to use your tricorder to set up jamming so that they can't scan us.
I'm a doctor, not a communications officer.
Pause a look. Do you even know what you're doing, Doc?
About as much as you would know what you were doing with a dermal regenerator in a patient with 3rd-degree burns.
Okay, fine. I guess I'll jam them then.
Well, let's activate pause. So you can give her something if you want.
So what is Paz doing?
He's attempting to jam any scanners into the room.
How so?
More like opening up his tricorder and setting up a scattering field.
Okay. Let's call this daring engineering difficulty 2. Keep in mind, I believe Paz is female. Don't let her appearance
My
fool
bad.
you.
Tellarites, man.
I'll give you a threat.
Wouldn't be an Argo game without giving the GM threat. You do get a momentum. And you do set up the scattering field.
I believe we should be at 2 because the doctor's task was a 1
Oh,
difficulty.
that's right. Yes, you're at 2. My bad. You hear some more noises. Anything else you guys wish to do?
Just using my slightly enhanced smell and hearing of Tellarite, kind of listen and get a bearing of where they're at as my finger is on the trigger, ready to blast whoever comes in.
Maybe we should retreat downstairs.
You hear a lot of foot traffic coming outside. From what you can tell, it's really hard to gauge how many are there, but it does seem like there's an awful lot.
Very well. Let's retreat to downstairs.
Seal the secret door behind us.
You're gonna seal the door.
Yeah. Close it. Try to hide in here. Head down towards the transporter. If necessary, do you think that you could get this thing to work again?
I think Kalen went AFK.
Okay.
We'll cut down as you're you sealed the door and moved in, and then cut down to the Romulan base.
Stupid Romulan base.
Shashran, first officer just went down, and he seems really hurt. He just took a nasty disruptor blast, and he's not looking too well.
Okay, let me note the activation. Okay, I'm going to give Shashran the value everyone comes home.
Okay.
Or actually, I'll change that to leave no one behind. That's a little clearer for my intention. Okay, so is the commander lying exposed in the hallway, or did he kind of fall back behind that wall under cover?
He's kind of lying semi-exposed.
Okay, so I'm going to move across the intervening space in some sort of cool security tuck roll.
We are in combat. Keep that in mind.
Right. So that's my move, the minor.
All right.
That would actually be an action. So what's it to do a quick task that increases difficulty? What's the cost?
Swift task is spending 2 momentum to do an extra task, but you still have your task right now.
Right. I'm just kind of planning out. Okay, I'm going to pull the commander out of the hallway behind this wall. Swift task to get another action.
I'll take it as to pull him. So this will probably be a task, a fitness security.
Okay.
Difficulty of 1 to kind of pull him out of line of sight.
Security. Small unit tactics as a focus, because part of what you do is get your wounded out of harm's way, kind of thing.
Sure.
Okay. Doesn't have cautious or anything, so I'm gonna roll it straight. Okay, there's another momentum.
Yes, gain 1 momentum.
And then I'm gonna spend my determination on the value leave no one behind to do a first aid check. Well, I'm gonna spend 2 for a quick task, spend the momentum on leave no one behind for a first aid task.
Be daring medicine. Be difficulty of 2.
Okay. I should have 1 momentum left, so I'm going to spend that for a third die.
Okay, that'll be also a threat as well.
Okay. I don't have any focuses or anything that will apply. And then so we got 2 on the table, so I just need, okay.
Get 2 back. You managed to stabilize him. He's no longer in threat of dying. However, he's probably going to need some sort of first aid. He's still unconscious.
Right, but he's not gonna die at the end of the scene.
Right.
And I think that pretty much
Which means
takes
the rest of the
takes care of me, unless I can pay for an extra miner, or can you do that with a swift task?
You can pay for an extra miner using momentum.
Would it be a miner to switch our rank badges?
It would.
So yeah, I'll spend a momentum and switch our rank badges.
Okay.
All right, that's me.
Oh, Romulan NPCs, what shall I do with you? There's so many of you. It is a difficulty 0.
Too many names to shift between.
Romulan bolts in there. Gun out. Aiming down at you. Threat gain there. There's another one. They're pretty far back. I'm running over there. It's called the sprint task.
When they're all 3 size, there's like Papa Romulan is the big one, and then the medium-sized Romulan is Romulan, and then there's Baby Romulan.
Why not? I'll spend a threat to make sure he gets there. And the last one. He got there, but I want to spend some threat. As they're all pointing disruptor rifles at you, the one has a communicator and he taps in permission or strike team plus 2 hostages to beam out. And the 7 of you disappear. Back in the workshop.
Shh, be quiet. No, you be quiet.
Well, get your mug out of the way.
Is that your foot?
You hear the
Should we
door
take the-
open on the other side in the room. Kind of faintly, you can hear people
Should we take the transporter?
fan out.
Pointing my phaser right at the door towards the top, just in case somebody finds it and comes in.
Dr. Brennan will open up his communicator. Away team to Argo. Away team to Argo.
Quiet back there.
Go ahead, Argo. We're in a bit. Or sorry, go ahead, away team. We're in a situation up here.
Can you beam us out? We've got Romulans all over the place.
I think we'll go to the bridge real quick.
Dun, 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 dun.
Here it goes where there's like a captain. The away team's asking to be beamed out.
Are our shields up?
Yes, your shields are up.
Status of the Romulan vessels, Mr. Citre.
Citre will give them a scan to see their status. There it is. They are holding position, sir.
Weapon status? And are they in optical sensor range? Are we in their optical sensor range?
Shields are up, weapons are powered, and it does appear that we are within visual range of each other.
Gonna have to risk it. Mr. Andrews, get down to engineering. Or Mr. Andrews, get down to the transporter.
Yes, sir. Andrews heads to the transporter room.
Mr. Tezuva, as soon as Mr. Andrews has a solid lock, I want you to drop the shields and keep them down for the minimum amount of time necessary. Mr. West, be prepared to take evasive action.
Aye, sir.
What could go wrong?
Exactly.
If I can, Martella will walk onto the bridge, see the view screen, oh joy, and walk right off the bridge.
Captain, we're receiving an incoming hail from one of the warbirds.
Haggard kind of straightens his tunic and his shoulders and then sits back in his chair in a very relaxed posture. On screen. Yes, view screen graphic. Oh, beautiful ships. I love those.
Oh, I gotta drop. And on screen, here's a Romulan female wearing, from what you're briefed on, is typical of a sort of upper echelon uniform. This is Commander Sori, the Romulan Star Empire. Captain, I believe you are trespassing in Klingon space.
Well, if I am Commander, it appears that I'm not the only one.
We have an agreement with one of the houses to conduct scientific research on this planet.
I'm assuming this would be House Morvok, and I would further go out on a limb and suggest that your agreement is not known by the Klingon Council or High Command.
I assure you, all the paperwork, as you humans put it, is in order.
Well then, perhaps you could tell me about some missing Starfleet officers. It seems that they were last seen heading in this direction. You wouldn't know anything about that, would you?
I'll give you a roll here in a second. She goes, I would not presume to know anything about that, but you can go ahead and give me Insight Command. Difficulty 2.
What was the difficulty?
Difficulty is 2.
Command. We'll take a momentum to activate. Oh, wait, I don't have cautious. I will give you a threat to activate bold and get a third die. Deception as a focus. I'm trying to see if she's lying to me.
Sure.
Okay. Ooh.
2 momentum gained.
All right. I'll let you tell me what I've learned, and then I've got a cold reading. Interesting. Let's see. Bonus momentum for information spent to learn more about the individual on the other side. Does she seem confident in her position? Well, who can blame her? Well, Commander, someone has 5 Starfleet officers, which were acquired by an illegal raid into Federation space. That trail leads here, and lo and behold, who do I find here? But you. Now tell me, in a similar situation, what would you think? Or can it be that perhaps you are being used by House Morvoth in turn?
I assure you, our study is merely on the volcanism of this planet. We're doing research on the overmining operations performed by the Klingons to help prevent similar catastrophes happening in our space.
Indeed. From the studies I have read, overmining of dilithium could actually lead to catastrophic chain reactions within a planet or planetoid's crust, potentially even leading to massive endothermic reactions that could blow the planet in half. Certainly wouldn't want to be around when that happened. Wouldn't want to be within a couple hundred light years when that happened. So, since your mission here is purely scientific, and there's nothing of interest in the surface below, I'll just collect my away team and we'll be on our merry way.
Unfortunately, that's not possible. Your away team boarded illegally one of our outposts on the surface.
Outposts on the surface? Strange. Our scans only show an abandoned mining facility.
Indeed, there are relics of a former mining colony here of the Klingons, but we do have our own little outpost here that we conduct research.
Ah, well, since we were unaware of such an outpost's existence, and I'm sure that it was very clear and out in the open, I will assume that the plate tectonics were interfering with our sensors. And I will offer my apologies and collect my crew, and we'll be on our way.
I would like to discuss with your away team to figure out what they found and what they saw to make sure no Romulan secrets were uncovered.
Come now, Commander. You and I both know that it's not like you people to leave valuable secrets just lying about, now is it? And if this was just a sheer tectonic scientific expedition, there should be no secrets. As I
Romulan
understand.
technology is very, very unique to our own. The last thing we want is you or even the Klingons to get a hold of it.
Well, I can assure you, I have no interest in Romulan technology, but I do have quite a keen interest on getting my crew back.
Give me a presence command.
What's my difficulty?
It is opposed.
Okay. Persuasion, negotiation as a focus.
I will take negotiation
Okay.
or persuasion.
Okay. So I'm going to give you 3 threat for 4 dice and bold.
All right.
I will re-roll that complication. There we go.
Oh, poor commander. Well, you get 4 momentums. I believe that caps you. Very well. You can beam the away team that's on the surface.
I kind of look over to Mira and just kind of nod. You know, hopefully she'll pick up that to tell Anders to go ahead, and to Zuva as well.
All right. Give me a. It's me control engineering, assisted by these ships, sensors plus engineering. Difficulty of 2. Advanced sensors. Keep in mind you'll have to use a minor action to lower the shields.
All right. Calum, do you want to do Anders, or have Calum, or have a Martel do the transporter himself?
Sure, I can do that. You said it was difficulty 3?
Difficulty is 2.
Okay. Give me 1 momentum.
Ship needs to roll sensors engineering. Get the momentum back plus 2 float. As the away team is beamed back on board, minus 2 individuals.
Well, it's about damn time. What the hell took so long? As I stand on the pad.
Mr. Martell, do we have them?
-2, sir. The commander and the Andorian security officer.
Understood. Commander Suri, seems that I'm missing 2 of my away team. Have any thoughts of where they might have gotten themselves off to?
Oh, I wouldn't know. Though that base that they did infiltrate is prone to seismic activity. We were abandoning it because of hazards. It is possible that they were killed.
So, do I need to roll to see if she's lying?
Sure, insight command.
What's the difficulty?
Difficulty. It is posed.
Opposed?
Yeah, we'll go opposed.
All right. Let's see. I'll give you 3 threat again. Why not? Insight. Yeah, insight command, right?
Yes. Oof. That's a lot. She has 5 successes.
Well, dang it. I'll mute the, Oh, I'm getting a miss. Where's my mouse? I'll mute the communication and look over to Tray. Mr. Tray, scan those vessels, see if there's any non-Romulan life signs detected.
Aye, sir.
Give me reason plus science. Difficulty of 2.
And I'll turn the microphone back on. Well, Commander, I'm inclined to believe you. After all, you haven't dissembled to me thus far. I'm sure you agree we would probably both rather this meeting not end in the exchange of anything more pointed than pleasantries.
Of course. I will have my teams investigate the outpost to ensure that your people are unharmed.
That would be most appreciated, Commander.
Until then, I believe we're at a mutual standoff. I will contact you shortly.
I look forward to speaking with you again. Argo out. Mr. Chitray.
It's taking some time to pierce their sensor. Baffling. I have to adjust the polarity a little bit to get a clear image. Otherwise, all we're going to see is how bright their nacelles are.
Understood, but keep in mind, the commander and Shishran may not have much time.
Aye, sir.
Have I managed to sprint up to the bridge yet?
Yeah, by this point in time, you'll probably arrive on the bridge.
There are no non-Romulan life signs found on either vessel, sir. I just double-checked.
Interesting.
Captain,
While you're at it, take readings on their emissions. Anything from their impulse or warp nacelles. Everything leaves a trail, one way or another, and these may not be the only vessels in this area. There may be more under cloak.
I'll be sure to log them in the computer memory and set it aside for special use. And he types a bit and makes sure he has their signature on like its own dedicated screen at a station, just so he can reference it whenever he needs to. Do you want me to create an advantage with that or no?
Yeah, that would be 2 momentum.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, let's do that. I think we're going to need to be able to find some warp ships. And then let's give the area a scan, Mr. Chitre. Let's look for those signatures, but also I want to see if you find any relatively recent warp trails heading out system on a general course for Kronos.
Can I tag that with it? Whoop. Captain, long-range sensors picking up Klingon warp signatures approaching. I'm unable to determine the exact number that are approaching. 1, maybe 2, but I'm guessing with the distance they have.
Understood. Looks like it's time to make ourselves scarce. Or at least to appear scarce. All right. Ensign West,
Captain?
plot a course for a micro warp jump to the edge of the system. Within passive scanner range. Mr. Martell, I punch the comm.
Martell here.
We're going to make a micro warp jump, and then we're going to commit silent running. I want us to disappear as much as possible. We're going to lie on the edge of the system and keep our eyes peeled wide, just like we practiced in the simulations before we crossed the border.
Will do, sir.
Let's see. Sound blue alert. Rig the ship for silent running. Ensign West, engage.
So the Argo moves to the edge of the system. You notice on long-range sensors that the 2 Klingon vessels cloak.
What about the Romulan birds of prey?
So the Romulan birds of prey, they went in cloaked.
All right, Mr. Trey and Samira, keep ears and eyes peeled wide.
Chitrey just kind of gives you a look, chuckles to himself, and then looks back to his sensors. Like, that's very funny to him.
Yeah, it would be, I guess. I hadn't even thought about that. So what do the Klingon ships get up to?
Both Klingon vessels drop out of warp, heading the system.
If
Correction.
we're lucky, they may start shooting at each other.
3 Klingon vessels.
Lieutenant Mira.
You may want to hear this, Captain. She puts it on speaker. This is General Kerr of House Vorin. We picked up 2 Romulan vessels in Klingon space, as well as an unidentified freighter. Please identify yourself and show your face, or suffer the wrath of the Klingon Empire.
Marin. Okay. Were they direct, Lieutenant Mira, was that directed at us or just a general broadcast?
That was a general broadcast.
Let's just lie doggo. Haggard paces up to the railing to kind of lean on it and stare out the view screen.
Okay.
What are the Klingon vessels doing?
Is
I think Chitre is AFK, or he'll BRB.
oh, right. Captain, the Klingon vessels are hanging around the fourth planet in the system.
Are they entering orbit?
Yes, Captain.
Keep an eye out. Stay passive, but see if you can't detect the Romulan ship's movements as well.
Aye, sir.
Haggard will walk back over to his chair. Haggard to sickbay. I need to speak to Lieutenant Jensen.
She's currently resting, Captain.
Well then, Mr. Ansas, wake her up.
Yes, Captain. Are you coming down here to meet her, or would you like me to send
Just
her
put her on comms.
up? Yes, Captain. Oh, You wanted to speak with me?
Get some coffee in you, Jensen, and focus. We're in the Orchon system. The Romulans are here, and now the Klingons are here. And I've got 2 officers missing. I'm dealing with a General Kerr of House Voren. Can you give me anything about this system, what the Romulans are doing, or this General Kerr?
The system I know was just a mining outpost that was abandoned and it's been off limits for centuries.
We think this is where they were staging their move on Gorkon. We've intercepted transmissions dealing with Phase 2 and sending prisoners en route to Kronos.
You say it was who was the General Kerr?
Kern of House Vorin.
He's allied with Gorkon, High Counselor Member Gorkon in this time period. They are considered friends.
Thank you, Lieutenant Jensen. Stand by. I may need you again. Haggard turns off the comm link. Options. I look around the ridge.
Sir,
Captain. Captain, one of the ships is approaching our location.
That's Chitray, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Distance and ETA.
Stand by. Estimate 5 minutes.
You were saying, Mr. Rayburn, and quickly.
Well, sir, it seems, seeing as how there's no shooting going on, that they have a more than likely uneasy alliance or agreement going on of some sort.
I think that may be leaping to conclusions a bit. How confident are you in your tactical ability should it become necessary, Mr. Rayburn?
I am supremely confident, sir. They won't take
Excellent.
us without a fight.
Excellent. Lieutenant Jensen, are you still logged in to your Maskarova controls through sickbay?
Yes, Captain.
Very well. Be prepared to drop our disguise. Ensign West, take us back to warp, bring us around, and let's enter the edge of the system openly from Federation side.
Aye, sir.
Lieutenant Mira, as soon as we come out of warp, begin hailing the Klingon ships.
You make a giant U-turn, drop the disguise, come out of warp at the edge of the system.
This is Captain Ulysses Haggard of the USS Argo to Klingon vessels. Please respond. This is an emergency situation. We have vital intelligence that will be of interest to the Klingon Empire.
Sorry, trying to set up things.
You're fine.
And on screen,
Yes.
here's
Old
more
school Klingon.
an elderly Klingon. Federation vessel, you are not authorized to be in Klingon space. State your demands.
I've come to your space chasing down cowardly raiders who hit one of our listening posts and captured 5 of our people. I do not believe this has anything to do with the Klingon High Command or the Klingon Defense Force. I think this is an action taken by some sort of rogue element, probably one allied with Romulans. We picked up a transmission from this system in Romulan and coded that indicated some sort of a plot was afoot. I came here searching for my fellow officers. I will not let them be taken into the hands of the Romulans. Ensign Mira, or Lieutenant Mira, I say without turning off thing, please transmit to the Klingons the original and translated intercepts of Romulan communications originating in this sector.
She nods.
I'm sending you the data we have now.
Kind of glances over.
We too detected 2 Romulan vessels in orbit around this planet on our long-range sensors. They appear to have gone into cloak.
Aye, be worthwhile to hunt. If you say what is true, do you have any other proof, Captain, besides words?
I think if you send a team down to the mining camp below, a little searching and maybe prying back a few panels, because the Romulans never do anything openly, you'll find plenty of evidence of Romulan duplicity in this system. And since every good hunter knows his prey's spoor, let me send you the readings we've taken on the Romulan warbirds' emissions.
and on your sensors, the two birds of prey, Romulan birds of prey, decloak. And they are hailing me. Appears they are cowards after all. He closes the channel.
All right, everyone, fasten your seatbelts. This could turn into a bumpy ride.
Little free role play if you guys want, because it's gonna take a little bit because they're talking back and forth.
Take a little bit, calls what?
Free role play because airtime.
We could possibly listen in on their conversation. It's not like they've encrypted it.
An excellent idea, Ensign Mira.
I can try, Captain. Difficulty control engineering, difficulty 2. You wish to roll for her? This is by the ship's communications engineering.
She can have the momentum if she wants or needs it.
And here she goes. Oops. No.
Oh my god!
Oh.
Wow, 320s. Mira, what happened? What happened? This is
Tell me she has a value.
Oh wow. There you go, Mira. Much better. I just need communications engineering from the ship.
I didn't bother rolling because there was no successes on the last roll.
Mm.
Patching it in through, Captain. And on the sort of on the bridge when she, opens it up for everyone to hear, on the loudspeaker, you hear the two kind of arguing back and forth. Kara's like, Empire does not recognize this agreement that you have made with House Morvac. I assure you, General, we have every reason to conduct scientific operations here. If you permit me, I will take this up with the Klingon High Council. I am sure that our research would be most beneficial to the Romulan people and the Klingon Empire. Lies. Romulans, all they do is offer deceit. I assure you, General, we are not trying to deceive you. If you like, you can investigate our underground base. However, you'll need to have Romulan personnel there to make sure nothing is tampered with. More collusions, Romulan. You shall be no one down to the surface. Very well, it is your planet within your system. And then they cut communications.
Hey, look, we actually made the GM talk to himself.
I know, it's pretty awesome.
So. The silence. God.
Haggard to the galley. compliments to the chef, and if you could spare a crewman to bring some coffee to the bridge, it would be most appreciated.
Let's see. I'm trying to remember. Haran will look back at you, Captain, and go, I almost wish we had popcorn.
Don't get too distracted, Ensign. We may become part of the entertainment at any moment.
Are you moving the Argo into orbit around the fourth planet?
Hang on, BRB real quick.
Okay.
Yes, take us in nice and steady, Ensign West. We're all friends here.
With charged weapons and everyone on edge.
Mr. Trey, see what you can do about picking up any other cloaked vessels using those emission standards we dug up.
Aye, sir.
As we make our slow and careful and open approach to the planet.
Okay. I sent you the information.
Sensors are only showing 2 contacts matching that energy signature profile. If there's anyone else out there, they're either not there or hiding far better than our sensors can detect.
If they were lying doggo like we were, cloak's just an additional. Did you ever get any readings on recent warp signatures leading out of the system to in the direction of Kronos?
I will begin scanning now, sir. I was interrupted when the Klingons jumped into the system.
Understood.
So yeah, Jam, the Tutray is going to look to see if anyone else has left the system recently. Ideally, any ship that left the system in the direction of Kronos.
Give me reason plus science. Difficulty of 1. Assisted by the ship's sensors plus science. Difficulty is 1.
Oh, 1. Okay.
I'm not roboting, right?
No, it just cut out the very last word.
Ah. Oh no.
Yep. Sensors. Science. Bang. Nothing I can really do about that.
All right.
Heck, I imagine the advanced sensor suite's why it's at 1 to begin with. So
It is.
yeah, so it's like, yeah, no, that's as good as it's gonna get. Captain, I have searched the edges of the system and checked it against the stellar profile of the current system's star. It does not appear that any other ship has left the system in the recent events.
Very good.
Sorry about the interruption.
How dare.
Lieutenant Mira, can you give me a tight beam communication to General Kern's ship
I believe so,
route it-
sir.
and route it through my ready room? Lieutenant Chatre, you have the bridge. You have the con.
Sir.
Oh, it's gonna be a difficulty 2. Prevent the Romulans from listening in. From Mira. Would you allow her to spend the momentum?
I would, yes. There
God,
we go.
then there's no complication range for her.
What's the ship assist?
Communications engineering. Get the momentum back. Do you guys want her to attempt to re-roll one of those zeros?
Yes, let's go for the complication. Yes.
2 more momentum gain. And on your little view screen there at your ready room captain, the general appears on screen.
General, thank you for accepting my message. Is this a secure system? It is on my end.
Kind of looks off to the side. It is now.
General, our intelligence sources indicate that Counselor
High Counselor.
Gowron. What?
Gorkon. Galron's
Gorkon.
not born for a little
Sorry.
bit, all right?
Yeah, not Chancellor, but Counselor Gorkon's life may be in danger. From what Starfleet's intelligence database has on both the Counselor and yourself, I understand that you are allies. We believe that there may be some sort of attempt on his life in the near future, somewhere around Kronos, but we don't have any specific information.
Well, if you feel it's a must, Gorkon is on his way here now.
What? General, you should warn him off.
He wanted to see for himself the collusion. I have ordered Commander Jajar back to the Orchon system to face scrutiny.
Commander Gajar?
He is the head currently of House Morvok. His bird of prey is nearby.
House Morvok is who we suspect is behind both this collusion with the Romulan and the attack on Federation's base.
If you indeed want your captives, assuming that he is holding them like the coward he is, you'll have no choice but to turn them over. Assuming
General.
he didn't collect worthy information.
General, you and I have both been on opposite sides of things for most of our careers, if not our lives. But this one time, we're on the same side, I think, and that is to keep Counselor Gorkon safe. I believe there is an imminent and clear and present danger to his life. You know as well as I that if the head of the, I won't say pro-Federation, but at least anti-war with the Federation faction is cut down, and our two peoples go to war, the only people who benefit will be the Romulans.
So it would
Gorkon must be
seem.
protected.
Do not know my friend that well. Many people have tried to take his life before. He is a strong warrior and a fierce fighter. He can handle his own. Plus, he has the protection of my ship and crew. He is also a member of the High Council. I cannot tell him not to come. He will go where he pleases.
Understood. Well, not that I think you will need us, but one warrior to another in this long cold war, should you need my sword, it is at your call.
Interesting taking. I shall consider this.
Please do. Haggard out.
And your view screen
I'll go
goes
get-
blank.
I'll go get a cup of coffee to calm down. Haggard has paradoxical reaction to coffee. Haggard to Jensen.
Yes, Captain.
It appears that Gorkon is on his way here. Do you have any information about how his assassination was carried out?
No. There's a multitude of ways he could be assassinated. I'm sorry, Captain. I don't have further information for you.
That's all right, Jensen. You've done enough. You can get some more rest now. Put Dr. Ansas on when you get a chance.
And yeah, Ansas comes to the.
Captain, sensors. This is Chitray. Captain, long range sensors are detecting a Klingon D7 entering the system.
The Chancellor, no doubt.
I am full of doubts, Captain.
The Counselor, sorry.
Not Chancellor yet.
And then not for long. So is Ansas on the line?
Yes.
Ansas, what is Jensen's condition? She sounds rattled, confused. He's a supporting if anyone wants to cake him.
I'll go over some more scans, but it seems there might be some brain damage.
Well, fix it if you can. Haggard out.
Poor Ansas.
Haggard to Martel.
Martel here.
Mr. Martel, we're in an interesting situation where things might touch off at any moment, and I might need every power this ship can give me. I trust that engineering is ready to give it to me.
Well, she's purring like a kitten right now, sir. She's all yours.
Excellent. Haggard out. Ensign West, take your time getting us into orbit. Let's not trap ourselves against the gravity well any earlier than we have to.
Noted, sir.
Lieutenant Rayburn, what are our chances exactly if we have to fight everyone here?
Well, we could do some damage. Maybe. As I turn to look back at my screen.
Oh, I think we could do quite a bit more than that, Mr. Rayburn.
Aye, sir. Always the optimist.
You forget, Mr. Rayburn. I've taken the Argo into combat before. Trust me, she'll surprise you.
Yes, sir. But that is a D7, sir.
And some other missiles as well.
Well, hopefully, if things touch off, it'll be on our side.
That would help greatly, sir.
Might it be in our interests, sir, to have a escape course plotted in the event that the game tumbles the wrong way?
Ensign Haran, do you know which way Federation space is?
I can plot a course for you, Captain.
Go ahead and just keep that direction in mind should worst come to worst.
This is whoever wants to roll for Haran. It's going to be reason plus con, assisted by the ship's computers plus con. Difficulty of 3.
And Mr. Chatre, let's see if we can't, when we get in range, determine which, if any, of the vessels in this system might have our people on them.
I will be sure to keep a running scan, sir, but at the moment, scanners are showing no new contacts, and unless ships begin to move or drop their shields, that is unlikely to change. Although it is puzzling that the commander has not activated his transceiver. Given how long he's down there without report, he's the sort of person who would want to alert us to his trouble, if he was in any.
Anything from the commander or Shishran?
Nothing on sensors. He looks over to Mira, but he shrugs because he doesn't know
That's
where
That's what I was asking.
Yeah.
Sorry, didn't make it clear.
I'm not picking up anything, Captain. Sorry.
She doesn't know how to do.
Well, I think for the moment it's best to let him call us. might be in a situation where a communicator going off suddenly would be the worst possible thing.
Oh God. More momentum. Ron, you're bad at this. Good God. Well, she can reroll one of her fails because she's cautious. What was the difficulty again?
3.
3. Sometimes there are no second chances, is the thing Haran believes in. I think that might be why she rerolls as her value.
All right.
Okay, gonna reroll that fail.
Is
Because
it
I'm cautious.
complication?
I don't know why I pointed with my mouse like you'd see it.
So yes, 1 momentum gain. However, there's still a complication on the table.
Nothing she can do about that.
I'll just take it as threat.
Ron, why are you in the navigator's chair if you can't navigate? I'm good.
You're the one rolling the dice, pal.
Course plotted in, sir. She taps somewhat dubiously at her screen.
Very well.
Les kind of looks over. Did you plot around that singularity field? It's gonna be a bumpy ride.
Yeah, I did. She taps some buttons to make a correction.
Mr. Trey, keep a sharp eye out on the area of space around that D7. You too, Mr. Rayburn.
Always, sir.
Aye, sir.
Ah, steward. Thank you. I take the coffee from the tray.
To be honest, 3rd or 4th cup by now.
Cup, try pot.
Two-thirds spend. Coffee stocks are low.
No, he's from north. He's from the north, so he probably does guys who brews it relatively weak but drinks it all day.
Captain, we're receiving an incoming hail from the general.
On screen.
Captain of the Argo, High Council Member Gorkon, wishes you and a small team to beam down to the surface to discuss certain implications. We shall convene in 1 hour, soon as Commander Jar arrives.
Understood. Tell the counselor I look forward to meeting him on the surface.
Kapla! And your screen goes blank.
Damn it. Just when I don't want to be off the bridge of the ship.
With a group of Klingons, potential Romulans. It's gonna be a great old time. It's almost like you need the Arganians.
Mr. Rayburn, you'll accompany me.
Very good, sir.
Phaser 2s only.
Sir.
It's a diplomatic meeting, Mr. Rayburn. And I trust that you're handy enough with a phaser 2 where if things light off, that should be all you need.
There's nothing better than a Type 3 for diplomacy, sir.
Well, be that as it may, we'll try it my way this once.
Very well. We will try it this way once.
Haggard to sick bay.
Ansas here, go ahead. I am
Mr.
quite
Constable.
busy, Captain, trying to deal with our patient, but I am available.
Very gracious of you to make yourself so available, I'm
Indeed.
sure. I'd like you to prepare 2 subdural bioprobes with a homing beacon modification for injection into myself and Lieutenant Rayburn.
Well, sir, I can certainly accommodate that. However, given the timetable, I will be able to only make one with any ease. The other I'll have to rush a little, but both should just function. That is to say, mechanically, we only have one momentum, and it costs 2 to have 2 of them.
That's right. You have to. It's the escalation. You only have to pay once.
And would we be able to pay for the second biodermal with threat?
Yeah, and I don't think there's an escalation cost.
No, it's just a opportunity cost of 1.
Yeah,
If
it's just that we
you-
only have one momentum.
That's fine.
They cost nothing if they don't help you be transported. If they're just monitoring your medical, but if it's actually being used to help transport you, it costs 1.
Wait, but if you're in sick bay, doesn't it lower the opportunity cost by 1?
Ooh. Well, wait.
Let me find the Sciences Division book. Okay, that'll actually be in the core book, I think.
Why am I getting mining colony? That doesn't help me at all.
Oh, good. I get to try and look up something in this lovely book. If a character is in sickbay at the time a specific medical device is required, reduce the opportunity cost by 1 to a minimum of 0.
Ooh.
Page 196 in the core book.
196, not 1396.
Book doesn't have that many pages. By God, man.
Well, mine does now. No.
It's a required device for using for the task at that point in time. Essentially, I'm viewing this more as like you're taking extra equipment down with you.
Okay. That is fair.
Yeah. Very well, sir. I will just come on down and I'll jab you both.
I look forward to it. Haggard out.
Captain, do you have any standing orders for when you go over? This is a impromptu summit of sorts of captains. This can get very hairy very quickly.
Mm. Out of character, is Fimwolf still aboard?
No.
Okay. More's the pity.
Yeah. She's somewhere in the Federation currently.
All right, let me take a... Mr. Bartell, to the bridge, please.
It's true.
On my way.
Ah, Mr. Martell.
Yes, Captain.
Mr. Rayburn and I are going to step down to the planet to get a breath of fresh air and speak with our Klingon and Romulan friends. In my absence, you will be in command.
That's a first.
Well, there's a first time for everything, Mr. Martell.
Understood, sir.
Your orders are to use your best judgment and try and get the ship and crew home in one piece. Ultimately, our primary mission here is to protect Counselor Gorkon. If Lieutenant Jensen's information is right, his death at this point in the timeline could be disastrous for both the Federation and Klingon Empire. That is your primary directive.
Ensure the safety of the counselor.
He will be on planet with us. However, any attempt that should be made, I have no doubt, will have an element taking place up here in orbit. You've got Klingons to the left of you and Romulans to the right of you. And I'll walk over to the operations screen back here and pull up Kern's ship and the Chancellor's D7. These three vessels are our allies of convenience for the moment. Or at least I think they are. There may be more Romulan ships cloaked. There may be more Klingon ships cloaked. The head of House Morvath is on his way. And from what I understand, he will have a bird of prey. He may also have the 5 Starfleet officers we've come all this way searching for. If you can nab them when you have a chance, that's worth a shot as well. Any questions?
Not that I know of, sir.
Very well. Mr. Rayburn, let us stop by and see Dr. Ansas, and then we will be on our way.
Yes, sir. He seems a bit reluctant to go to sickbay.
Yes.
Oh, and we're definitely taking Rathacon away team coats.
Okay.
As I recall, it was chilly down there.
It is.
Hello, hello. Present your arm, please. Don't worry, this only hurts a little bit. He jabs you with the hypo spray. There
Well,
we go.
Lieutenant, looks like I'm going to get to meet your Counselor Gorkon in person.
It's here?
Yes, he's called for a meeting of all interested parties on the surface.
Something doesn't feel right about this, Captain.
Indeed, you're moving around. Please stop moving so I can put this in you so I can get back to work, sir.
Just to keep up, Dr. Ansas, just to keep up.
Jab.
Kind of side-eye Ansas as he moves away. Nothing about this feels right.
Be careful, Captain.
I'll do my best.
Why does everything taste like bubblegum?
Hopefully the good doctors here will be able to do something that synesthesia. But if anything comes in mind that I need to know, my comm is always open to you. All right, Mr. Rayburn. Shall we proceed to the transporter room and see if Mr. Ansas will give us a lift to the surface?
Yes, sir. As he seems eager to get out of sickbay.
And we'll pick up our phaser 2s and tricorders and
Sir,
spiffy
I always
jackets.
have my phaser 2 with me as he gives a little pat on his hip.
Of course. How silly of me.
Two of you make your way towards the transporter room. We're in a new scene, by the way. So yes, control plus engineering. This is by these ship's sensors plus engineering, difficulty of 2. Yes, you're currently at -1. So whoever wants to roll for Anders.
Rayburn is tapping his foot on the transporter pad.
Patience, Mr. Rayburn. Your chance at Stovo Core will come soon enough. That's right. I do have Klingon culture. Sure, I don't speak the language, but
Rayburn seems a little annoyed at that.
Thank you.
yeah, that is kind of insensitive knowing his backstory. Oh well.
In the finest tradition of the chief engineer, he'll give you a threat. Even though he doesn't benefit from it, but there's no momentum on the table. Transporter focus, obviously. The rest doesn't help him, so bang. Come on, Chip, you can do it. I believe in you. Reroll that because he has computer expertise? ? Yes, he does.
Yeah, you can reroll the complication.
I mean, he could do that too. Yeah. That makes more sense, actually. So I'm glad I thought of it.
You're a brilliant man.
2 momentum gained. The 2 of you are whisked down to the planet's surface. There, when you beam down, you find all parties have been assembled. Including with the Romulan delegation, you do see Commander von Wolfgang von Wartburg. Oh no, he's conscious. He looks injured. So he's not wearing his commander's.
Hmm.
Wearing a lieutenant stripe.
Why, Commander Sori, I believe you told me earlier that you didn't know about the whereabouts of my missing officers. Where it appears that you've dug up at least one of them.
It's the least I can do.
And, the commander?
I am fine, sir. A little beat up, but I'll be fine.
I'm assuming your injuries are going a bit to your head, Lieutenant. I was referring to Commander Shran.
Well, frankly, sir, I was knocked unconscious in the engagement, so I cannot speak for Shran's condition. Kind of gives a look at the his captor. So,
Unfortunately, she did not make it. Terribly sorry for your loss.
Turning away from the Romulans. Counselor Gorkon, an honor. I'm
Indeed.
Captain Ulysses Haggard, United Federation of Planets Starship Argo. This is my Chief of Security, Lieutenant Rayburn.
Rayburn just kind of stares at him.
I believe there's been a situation along the border involving one of my people and two groups of trespassers within Klingon space.
Indeed. A few days ago, on stardate 8317.9, one of our border posts was attacked, boarded, and all but destroyed by what appeared to be Klingon raiding forces wearing the house sigil of House Morvok. 5 Federation officers were discovered missing. The Argo gave chase, destroying one cloaked vessel before it crossed the border into Klingon space. Of course, unsurprisingly, cowardly raider didn't turn to offer any sort of battle, and so died the coward's death he deserved. The other, unfortunately, managed to get away. We, at this point, received an intercepted transmission in Romulan and in code from the Orchon system, detailing that the outpost and Starfleet personnel had been secured, and that some sort of second phase of an operation was about to go into effect. And so we made our way here to see what we could learn. Lo and behold, a secret underground Romulan base and cloaked Romulan warbirds in orbit.
I assure you, High Council Member Gorkon, we mean the Klingon people no ill will or try to dishonor them in any fashion. It's merely a research outpost with the aid of House Morvac, who have graciously allowed us to use this planet for research on volcanism pertaining to dilithium mining. High Counselor just kind of valid point, but Captain says here that he recorded transmission, which he forwarded to General Kern here. I have listened to the message. It's troubling that there is some Romulan collusion going on. High Council Member would never collude with the Romulans other than what they're going here. I only mean for the best interest of the Klingon people. And yes, I was part of the group that raided the Federation outpost, and we did take hostages, but with what we gained from there is invaluable to the Klingon Empire. Federation are liars. They seek nothing but to destroy the Klingon Empire and our way of life. And I have proof of that. So you say. And what sort of proof is this, Commander? Sir, with all due respect, it is tactical data plans referring to how they intend to assault Klingon Empire space and timetables.
Federation's plans are defensive in nature. And had it not been for intelligence coming across the border about the actions of House Morvoth, we would not have needed even to activate those. Surely, Counselor, were I to have access to Klingon High Command's databases, I would find a variety of war plans stored up. And I won't lie, Starfleet, of course, keeps the same kind of plans. We hope we never have to use them, but only a fool doesn't prepare for the worst while hoping for the best.
Federation propaganda. High Council Member, can you not see he is trying to play you? That is enough, Commander Dejar. Captain Haggard, is it?
Yes, Counselor.
What evidence can you offer me to ensure that you are not out? This is not some ploy as your forces get ready to siege Klingon space.
The evidence of all too uncommon common sense. We know well that war between the Federation and the Klingon Empire would be long, bloody, and ultimately destructive to both sides, leaving only one party in the Beta Quadrant. I kind of shift my eyes over to the Romulan commander to benefit once both of us are worn down to nubs from clawing against each other. Federation has no interest in warfare with the Klingon Empire or the Romulan Empire or anyone. I particularly would much rather be back in the galactic south exploring uncharted space, which is where I was before all of this mess started and Starfleet brought me to the border to show the flag.
High Councilor, I assure you, the Romulan people do not wish for war with the Klingon nor the Federation, nor do we want all sides to have engaged in open conflict. It is disruptive to trade as well as our own people. It makes us unnervous. I assure you, we do not wish any hostilities. Yet there seems to be collusion or at least foul play here. Otherwise, these incidents, as you say, would never transpired. If I am a liar, then why is that one, as he points to Wartburg, is he's a spy master. He worked in deceit during the cleanup. Cannot talk all of a sudden. Sorry, it's so hard to go back and forth. He was spying on the Klingon people long before. He works with the one that I have captive. Why would he be here now? And with the Romulans, no less.
Well, because I ordered the lieutenant here to beam down to these abandoned mining facility.
He's not a lieutenant, Captain. He is a commander in Starfleet. More lies and deceit. Can't you see, High Council Member? He is deceiving you. War is coming.
This person is correct. Wolfgang von Wartburg did spend the first part of his career with Starfleet intelligence, and I'm sure if you will check Klingon intelligence's file, you'll find information on me when I was captain of the USS Cincinnatus, working with von Wartburg's section and helping them get out of a sticky situation with your people. As I told the General Kern, the Cold War between our peoples has been going on for my entire career, indeed, for most of my life. I'm sure that you're well aware that both sides in that Cold War have intelligence gathering operations. Otherwise, we would be derelict in our duties. But I tell you again, the Federation does not want and does not plan to start any wars. However, we will respond to aggression, such as the illegal raid into our territory, and the murder and kidnapping of Starfleet officers and crew by House Morvath and their Romulan allies. I came here to get my people back. Everything else, the larger picture, is in the hands of people such as yourself, Counselor, and the rest of the High Council.
You spit lies to me, Captain.
Is that the Morvath guy?
Yeah, Morvac.
Morvac?
Morvac. Yeah.
Morvac.
And he takes a decaying dagger off his belt, one of them, and throws it to the ground. Challenge you, Captain Haggard, to duel to the death. The dish will be victory, will be mine to prove my honor.
Of course.
Yeah, didn't see this coming.
Rayburn steps up. Allow me, sir.
I put my hand out in front of Rayburn. Thank you, Lieutenant. But if there's any fighting to the death to be done, I believe I'm quite capable of handling it. Particularly, and I kind of look the Klingon up and down. Particularly if my opponent is this.
Incident, but shall
As I
defeat
say,
you.
Like the Federation, I do not seek a fight, but I will not shrink from one.
So yes, a Detang Dagger is just one challenge dice. It is deadly and vicious. Meaning it's you. The difficulty goes up by 1 if you do not if you tend to do non-lethal damage.
This is where Haggard gets killed. It's lethal and vicious.
Deadly and vicious 1.
Okay, that on my sheet.
As I recall, the Cathode security is actually pretty decent.
It's decent. It's not great.
Mean right hook is his only saving grace right now. If it was
Yep.
unarmed.
Well, the Detang Dagger gives him the unarmed, like the mean right hook quality as it is.
Well, doesn't mean right hook doesn't have to come with a hand with a dagger in it either.
It's true. You just have to tell me which one you're using.
I will. Since I guess we're doing this, I'll strip off the away team jacket.
It's in the other one. Hold on,
Nope.
I have music for this.
It's been nice surfing with you guys.
You have determination, and don't worry, Rayburn will avenge you.
Yeah, like he's done such a good job of avenging his family. Oh,
Oh.
Quite the
Mm,
comedic there.
poor Mr. Rayburn. I'm sorry, sir. I mean, I tried to get you combat earlier. They don't have it. It's like they're playing Starfleet officers.
Like I said, Haggard will go down, and then Rayburn will go in there and get them all.
so what's the deal with the Klingons? I remember last time I got into hand-to-hand with a Klingon, it didn't go well. Something about spending threat is bad.
So they have what's called Warrior Spirit. Anytime I attempt a melee attack, I can re-roll any number of d20s. The other thing is, though, they do have +2 resistance against non-lethal attacks as well.
So if they're making a melee attack, they get to re-roll any number of dice?
If I spend threat, yes.
Okay.
Assuming you picked up the dagger.
Yes, but right now I've got it in my offhand. So how do we determine initiative?
Technically, players go first. Unless you decide to hold action, then I will go. Essentially, it's just back and forth. All those going to be.
Okay. 2 momentum on the table. Yeah, I'm going to go straight for the mean right hook.
Okay.
Try and just deck him. I'm going to spend determination on never start a fight, but always finish it.
All right. It is daring plus security.
All right, and let me
Pose.
roll my challenge dice to see if I get the determination back. Nope. Okay. Daring, security, and already got 2 on the table. So Let's give you 2 momentum for the third die. Or, you know.
Spending
And-
2 momentum.
Don't think I have any focuses that apply here. Ooh. And that's 4 total with a complication on the board. I don't have anything to do about the complication.
Spending 4 threat, 3 to roll 4, and 1 to make this lethal.
Goodness, I win.
Reroll. It is a tie, and you currently have a complication. You can succeed at cost if you want.
No, Wartburg is typing. Will that add an additional complication succeeding at cost?
It will, or I just might take 2 as threat.
You might. Yes, I will succeed at cost.
Well, I will make 1 complication, and I'll take the other as threat. Go ahead and roll damage for me, please.
This is... Don't have any momentum to reroll stuff either. Son of a bitch.
Security 3, you're missing 1 dice. On challenge dice.
I don't think so. Oh yeah, I am somehow. Unarmed strike is 1.
Also, your unarmed strike is very viscous.
Ah. Okay, let me roll 1 challenge dice then. I don't know what's going on with that. The sheet's set up properly. Well, he's knocked down at least.
He is knocked down. That is.
And then
Strike.
that's an extra point of damage for the...
He takes 2 stress. And you now, like, when you use your fist, in terms like your hand, the punch, you feel like you kind of hit him, or his jaws a little bit more thicker than you thought it was.
Oh great, broken knuckle or something?
No, you sprain your wrist, so increased complication range of +1 on all future unarmed strike damage rolls.
Fair enough.
You lost, and then give me another opposed daring security as he lunges forward with his detained dagger.
Does he have to get up?
Oh, he does. Is minor. He gets up.
Okay. All right. Got nothing to spend. I don't really want to give him bold, but I think I'm going to have to, guys.
Spending 2, rolling 3.
So
Yes,
Rayburn
lethal.
has collaboration this whole time and shouts instructions.
I'll give you 3 for 4.
All right. Ooh.
Sir, try to use the pointy end on him.
Thank you, Mr. Rayburn.
So yes, that fist. You still trying to punch him?
Yep.
All right. Get 2 momentum.
Yay, 2 momentum. So let's see if this armed strike will work. Security 3. Unarmed strike.
If you hit 0 where the 1's at, hit enter,
Uh-huh.
and then put 1 again, then hit enter, and that should fix it.
Trixie sheet. Huh. All right, let's spend one of those momentum to reroll 2. Okay, so that's 5 with the vicious. So
3
3.
stress. Oh. Little blood in his jaw, and he's kind of smiles. And he kind of motions to keep coming.
Well, yeah, that's right. He went, so it's my turn.
Yep, it's your turn.
All right, same thing again. I'll give you 3 for 4.
I'll be rolling 4 as well. Does succeed. Oh, I had to actually spend a threat.
Those sound like some tasty crisps you've got there.
Sorry, popcorn. I didn't realize it was coming through.
Welcome, Doctor. Ooh. 2, 4, 6 damage coming at you. And it is the goes in, jabs and nicks you right in the gut. You give me 2 threat to avoid the injury. Captain?
Sorry, it was muted. Yes, I will give you threat to avoid the injury.
Okay. Now his go. Spending 2. 1 for lethal and 1 for an extra dice. Opposed, daring security.
Oh, good lord.
Yes? Sorry.
I'm actually going to burn one of my saved milestones
Okay.
for a determination. And I'll spend it this time on Fortune Favors the Bold. And then I'll give you, let me do the math here. I'll give you 5 for 4. I think that's right.
Yes.
With the determination already spent. Son of a bitch.
It's 3. Total of 4. It is a tie and there is a complication.
Which I cannot do anything about.
Do you wish
Unless
to
you take yet
succeed
another
at-
complication to win out.
Do you wish to succeed at cost?
Sure.
And then the captain knocked himself out with his own attack.
Roll unarmed strike damage.
Okay, I'll spend a determination to reroll those
Momentum.
2. A momentum, I'm sorry. There we go.
Oof.
Oof,
That hurt.
It's 8, so total of 6. Oof. Spending a threat to keep him up.
Damn it.
No.
Close.
Oh, you have to spend one to keep him up anyway, do the knockdown.
Oh yeah, and actually that's 4. But yeah, you know he's definitely knocked down.
Okay.
I'll take the minor to get back up. It's easier on the cost.
I have a feeling all of my saved milestones are.
But does pass to you because he initiated the attack.
Let me look up something. You can use determination to. Wait, should I roll
Reroll.
veteran after the
Yes.
not the?
Yeah, you need to roll veteran.
Okay. Thank you, Jesus.
No problem, man.
Classic.
Ooh, ooh, that was a little spicy there.
Oh, now my throat clears. Forget me, man.
Wondering if I should take a real risk here.
I would.
So yeah, I'm going to spend a momentum on all warfare is based on deception to create an advantage. I'm going to feint with my knife to pull his guard out of position, and then lay in with the mean right hook.
So, giving yourself a free success, essentially.
Hopefully.
Okay. But it is opposed daring security.
Yeah, I meant determination. Sorry.
Yeah, the determination. Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
Roll veteran again.
Yeah, I just did. No joy that time. So okay. Does it making an advantage, does it count against my dice cost wise?
No.
Okay. So I'll give you 6 threat for 5 dice.
Coming right back at you.
No, he got back up with his minor.
No. I'm attacking from prone.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna sweep the leg.
Sweep the leg, cover guy. Oh, fuck me, man. Sorry, bad language.
But he is Klingon, so I can reroll 4.
Ah.
He's sweeping the leg. This is non-lethal. But, 2 complications. Are you wanting to re-roll? You know what? I'll tell you what. I will give you a point of determination for a complication if you wish to re-roll.
Okay.
There'll be a complication with this thing.
Right. So I'm gonna re-roll 3 then. Complications for everyone.
6 versus the 5, so you get a momentum out of that. There's 2 complications on the table.
This is when I break my wrist.
Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay.
The complication, though, is he is going to actually get an attack in as well.
All right. Spend the momentum to re-roll 2. That's 6 anyway.
I'm going to spend a threat to re-roll 2. You take 5 stress. He is actually, as his prone, he sweep the leg. You went to, go down to faint. Cause the complications kind of superseded, but you did succeed. He kicked the dagger out of your hand to block. But when you went down, you strike him, knocking him out, unhinging his jaw as he's lying there. But yes, you do take the 5 stress damage.
Yep. And then I pass out because that maxes out my stress.
Okay, that is also lethal. Wow, both of you are maxed out. That's actually awesome. Yeah, the captain is he goes around, punches him, Klingon, knocks it out, and then tries to, when he punches him, they kicks him at the same time, pushing you back, knocking you down, where you fall and hit. Hey man, it's the first for everything, right? Double knockout in this game.
Just haggard positions.
Klingons cheer. Gorkon looks to you, Rayburn. Your captain is injured here.
Captain is what?
Your captain is injured here. Just you take care of him. And then Gorkon looks to the general. General sighs, pulls out his disruptor pistols, fires on Commander Tajar, vaporizing him.
Which one is Dajar?
The guy I was fighting.
He vaporized them?
Oh yeah.
Well, following tradition, I'll pull my phaser and point at the captain. And then I will fire and have it hit right next to him. Like, oops.
Are you seriously doing that?
Well, he missed you, so.
Well, fair enough. Unless he flubs his roll.
You know what? Roll
Nothing but complications.
You're in close range, so roll. It's difficulty 3. Control plus security.
Can I use the aim action?
As a reminder, yes, you can.
Because you are trying not to hit him, to be fair. Let's not accidentally just blow off his arm. That'd be kind of bad for my promotion prospects.
And I have Deadeye talent.
Okay.
Oh, okay, cool.
You roll those dice.
So Deadeye makes it what?
There's the
Reduce
difficulty
by-
by 1.
Okay.
So difficulty 2.
And then hand phasers as a focus.
Yep, that will apply.
No whammies.
Well, that's
Yeah,
inside science for one.
you.
Not that it matters. Wouldn't
It
worry
doesn't
about
matter. Keep it 19. You fire and miss the captain on purpose, but making it look like an accident.
Somehow I don't think that's Starfleet procedure, says Wolfgang.
And I just shout out, "The fight is over. It is a draw."
Actually, I think I won that one.
Reaper's being diplomatic. Shh.
Now that we have shown that we are equal warriors with you, you should heed our captain's warning and deal with them, as he points at the Romulans. For I doubt that they would fight so honorably as our captain has. And
Could I possibly get a look at the captain? He looks pretty bad. I should really check on him. Even though you missed. Well, you didn't miss. Of course not. But he's not really getting up, and he usually does that. It kind of looks to the other Romulans like, do you mind if I
Well, Rayburn knows like nothing
nods.
about medicine.
Okay. Let's see here. And all right. Well, okay, his chest isn't moving. That's not great. You didn't happen to bring a med kit with you, did you?
I brought a phaser.
Oh, that's right. And Haggard had a phaser on him as well, right?
Yeah.
Okay. He's gonna grab the phaser and check it, and he's going to set it to maximum and fire at the Chancellor.
Well, that's unexpected.
Hold up.
Yeah, I figured.
As you do that, Jensen beams down, sees what's going on, and leaps in. And go ahead and roll with Wolfgang.
Oh, you're gonna
Control
pay for it.
security difficulty 2.
Control security.
Do you want more dice?
Yes, please.
How many?
Do I have a focus? That's a question.
Sure.
Okay. And as many as I can get, because I really kind of want to hit him. I'm not gonna get too many extra shots, so
Roll 5.
sure.
Why not? Make it lethal.
I mean, that was the plan, yes. Bang.
So yes, you hit as Jensen runs forward. Roll, give it 6 challenge dice.
Oh, goodness.
Mm. Poor Jensen.
Damn it, Jensen, you got in the way.
Well, it didn't zero her out, but that's a lethal injury, and she goes down.
Quick to action, because that's a lot of Klingons. I'd like to shoot again.
I believe Jensen's going to give me 2 threat to avoid the injury, but yes, you can shoot again.
Rayburn would like to try to stun Wolfgang.
As soon as he's done with his swift action, that is a difficulty of 3.
Okay, cool. So it sounds like the Starfleet guy's going to shoot me. That's going to suck. Yeah, if I have the threat left, I need as many dice as I can afford right now.
Roll 4.
4, sure. Pew.
It's a hit.
Why did I close it? I need it still. Duh. Reroll the fails. I'm going to be shot by the chief of security. It's going to hurt.
And you hit High Counselor Gorkon, and he goes and collapses. And I'm going to spend a threat to keep him up.
No. Fine.
The
And
vault
this is
of
where
void
Rayburn
injury.
shoots me.
And now this is where Rayburn gets to go.
No.
Okay. And now, is this considered close range or am I normal range?
This is considered close.
Can I take a step back?
That's a minor. Makes sense.
Yes, you can take a step back.
All right. Now, can I still aim, or is that my act? Is movement
You,
as my?
it is considered a minor, so you can give me a threat if you want to aim.
Very well. I will move back, give you a threat, and aim. Use my Deadeye. Hand phasers focus.
No.
So difficulty 1.
Oh,
To hit.
why did I have?
I think you
That
got a
was-
momentum out of that.
Yes, you did get a momentum out of it. Double check your sheet.
That was actually insight science for some reason.
Yeah, I
have
know.
no idea why.
You're on a 17 anyway, so
Yeah.
that is a momentum gain.
All
Roll your damage, please.
This is gonna hurt. Yup.
That's 9.
I assume. Because I don't think he can stay up. Well, hold on. I mean, I don't know if he's gonna keep staying up or not. That's oh, it's wait, it's a stun shot. Yeah, why not go down?
It's stun. Yeah.
Yeah, never mind. Don't worry about it.
And Rayburn will say, "Everyone, stop!"
What is the
So I kinda-
meaning of this?
I assure you, I will find out.
And
As you can see,
Jensen
I have
collapses.
defended your. He's not a. Is he a counselor?
High
I always
Council.
mess-
Yeah, High Council Member Gorkon.
I have defended your counselor with honor.
The general looks, kind of nods, and Gorkon and his bodyguard beam away.
And I'll walk up. I will take him into my custody and deal with him personally.
The Romulan commander looks to her subordinate, sees him. And the Centurion
Is he
just
pointing
grabs
at
a
me
hold.
or?
No, her subordinate. That guy. My apologies, General. I'll be beaming back to my vessel. We shall remain in orbit. And the Romulans beam aboard.
And then I'll.
That one cannot beam to your vessel. Shall be in our custody.
He is a member of our crew, sir. It is within our right to take him.
He attempted to kill the High Council member.
And
Shall
I put
refrain
a
because
stop
one
to
of
it.
I shall refrain because one of yours beamed down and stopped from his injuries for being more severe.
Indeed, a task which you and your others were not willing to do yourselves, apparently. How
You-
would that look if I were to tell the others upon this shameful act of cowardice?
You dare to insult my honor, Tellarite?
I do not insult your honor. You do that for me.
Just Naros. If it wasn't for the fact that the High Council member is injured, I would see your head on my plate tonight, Tellarite. Take your officers and be off of this planet.
And I just nod at him, and I take my communicator and signal the ship, and say emergency beam out.
Four?
Nonsense. I didn't make it worse.
Oh, too big.
Transporter chief, signal sickbay. Tell him we need immediate assistance in the transporter room.
Aye, sir. Med teams to transporter room 1. Med teams to transporter room 1.
And I will grab the captain, throw him over my shoulder like a sack of potatoes, and personally run him to sickbay myself.
Give me a fitness security difficulty 2.
You want that momentum?
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't take it I can use survival as a focus.
No.
Hey.
You got it. You carry the captain straight to sickbay.
Doctor! Doctor, you in here? Where's that useless doctor?
What do you want?
And I just kind of plop down very ungracefully the captain onto one of the beds.
All right.
Oh, crud is the captain. Immediately starts scanning.
Reason medicine difficulty of 1.
Focus. Yay, nay.
Who are you rolling for? Ansas?
Yeah, on sauce.
Radiology. He's scanning somebody.
That will apply. Get a momentum. The captain is suffering from a dagger wound in his abdomen, as well as he has a fracture in his left arm. He does have some internal bleeding that kind of ruptured, well, upset where he was stabbed at. So,
Well, internal bleeding takes priority.
give me make this control plus medicine assisted by these ships. Computers plus medicine, difficulty of 2.
Focus and surgery.
Yeah, I'll apply.
Advanced sick bay advantage for the ship.
Difficulty of 1.
Sensors medicine, you said?
No, computers medicine.
Computers, my bad.
3 momentum gained. You do quick work and patch up the captain's wounds. As medical teams bring in 2 more.
Is the captain conscious?
No.
Okay.
Not yet.
Starts running over there and scanning. I'm guessing it's probably the commander is one.
Commander Wolfgang is just, he suffered a stun laser blast. He should be fine. Nothing lethal injuries. He'll wake up on his own, or
Okay. What about the other one?
Jensen suffered a stun. She avoided the injury, so she'll be out for a lot longer. But she should make a recovery.
Jim, remember I fired for lethal back there.
Right, but I avoided the injury.
Oh.
Ansas looks and goes, "They'll be fine."
Very well. However, until further notice, the first officer here is in custody.
Ooh. Goody Two Shoes got himself in trouble.
Okay, so you're placing Commander Wolfgang under arrest.
Yeah. Until I figure out what the hell happened. Can he be treated in the brig?
There's nothing to treat. He'll wake up on his own.
Very well. Then I'll pick him up, put him on my shoulder, and carry him to the brig.
All right.
What was that?
I said, oh, okay. I'm assuming you're just taking your time.
Yeah, I mean, there's no reason to rush.
You take Commander Wolfgang von Wartburg to the brig. Scene change. You go down 1 momentum. Stress is cleared. And the captain can wake up now. Same with Wolfgang.
When the captain wakes up, he'll immediately make his way to the bridge.
I assume I get him into the brig before he wakes up.
Yes.
Report.
Anything for Martell to report?
Unless Rayburn said anything, there is not. Most part, General Kern has requested that all parties remain where they're at.
Okay, so Martell will turn to the captain and go, nothing to report other than the fact that the general requests that nobody leave the area.
That sounds like that went well.
There's Mr. Rayburn and Commander von Wartburg.
According to records, Commander Wartburg is in the brig. Don't know where Rayburn's at right now.
Probably in the brig as well. Trying to find
Engineer
out
up.
what the hell is going on.
Locate Lieutenant Rayburn and have him give me a report as soon as possible.
Yes, Captain.
Somewhere along the way, the captain will have picked up a cup of coffee.
Lieutenant Rayburn, please report to Captain. Lieutenant Rayburn, please report to the captain.
Was I able to talk to him before
No, not
this
yet.
request? Is he awake right now?
He's starting to wake up.
Okay, then I guess I will leave him in the brig. He's all locked up and secure. And I will report to the bridge as ordered.
Mr. Rayburn, tell me, what happened down there? I don't remember anything after going down.
Oh, sir, I was handling the situation most delicately. And we were making progress when, sir, the XO grabbed your phaser and fired on full at the High Counselor, sir.
What?
I was forced to stun him in reaction to protect the High Counselor and prevent a war starting right there. And I was able to convince him to let us take him into our custody instead of theirs. He is currently in the brig, sir, awaiting your orders on how to handle this situation.
Do I think that Rayburn's given me the full story of what happened down there?
Are you trying to be deceitful?
Well, he was saying he handled the situation adequately.
I mean, he did for a Tellarite. He was very polite. He didn't argue with them very much. He threw some insults around, which, you know, that's Tellarites.
I would say yes, he's telling the truth. However, his version might be different from what actually happened.
Right. All right, Mr. Rayburn. First, get a detailed medical scan on Commander von Wartburg. I can't help but think that somehow or another the Romulans have programmed him. You might want to bring in Dr. Avlop as well, our counselor. She has some Vulcan abilities that might come in handy. But maybe there's some sort of implanted device. I don't know, but this is not like Wartburg. See if you can't. I'll put you in charge of getting to the bottom of this, but remember, keep in the back of your mind that Wolfgang may well be the victim in this, or one of them anyway.
Yes, sir. I did what I thought was necessary to contain the situation.
Well, I look forward to reading your report. In the meantime, keep Commander von Wartburg secured. If he's if he's required to go to sick bay to undergo full scans and treatment, keep a security guard on him at all times
Yes,
until
sir.
we can figure out what's going on. And
with
keep
that,
me in the
I'll-
loop.
Yes, sir. And with that, I'll go and find the counselor and ask her to accompany me to the brig.
All right.
Now, do we actually have a brig photo?
Yes. It's got gold lines and a grid formation on a black background. Told ya.
Okay. So you head down towards enter the brig. Or-
Haggard's staying on the bridge, so it should be Avalop down here.
That's right.
And is he awake?
Yes.
And I'll just be like, "Hey, you awakened there?"
No, I'm just enjoying the scenery.
And I'll look to the Vulcan. I think he's lying.
And just quirk an eyebrow at the Tellarite. Commander, how are you feeling?
Mildly claustrophobic and not comfortable with my current situation.
Do you understand why you have been placed in the brig?
I believe so, yes.
In your own words, could you explain it to me?
I'm afraid I can't do that. I have to explain myself to the captain since what I did was highly unusual, and I can only really speak in detail to him regarding security clearances. But I
The
understand the
captain-
consequence and his protocols. He responded as a security officer would when a Starfleet officer fires a phaser on a otherwise unauthorized target.
Captain has authorized me to lead this investigation. Anything you have to say can be said to me, sir.
Then I will say this. Since if you had the clearance for it, you would already be told, but you will need to inform the captain that what I did was for the good of the Federation and Starfleet. I acted as was appropriate for my position. To go into more detail, I need to speak with someone of captain rank or higher. I understand your position, but it's you must understand mine.
I'll look to the Vulcan. Do you sense any deception?
I am a touch telepath.
Hmm. I will pull my phaser out, kind of hold it towards him, and then turn the force field off. Go touch him.
I do not consent to this.
I cannot forcefully instigate a mind meld. Without his consent, the resistance may damage his mind permanently. I press the button to put the force field back up. Commander,
Mm-hmm.
while I understand you cannot reveal specific details, I would ask that if you were working under orders.
Mm-hmm.
Is that an affirmative answer?
You may ask that question.
Ah, I see.
Mm-hmm.
Commander, what happened during your time with the Romulans?
Without going into security details, and I can say, generally speaking, that I was informed of special threats to the Federation from our otherwise unlikely friends within the Empire. Again, to go into detail, I need to speak with the captain. But
And Lieutenant Shishran, what became of her?
well, I learned on the surface that apparently she had been killed after I was stunned. Well, not stunned, more like shot repeatedly by disruptor fire, since I was the first to go down. Now, whether they continue to have her body or if she is vaporized, I don't know, in all honesty.
So this information you acquired, without, of course, revealing the nature of sensitive intelligence, you acquired from the Romulans.
Yes.
I see. I'd look back at the Rayburn. I believe that the commander has been brainwashed. I would advise against giving him free access to the captain, although I see no particular harm as long as the interview takes place with the commander either behind a force field or properly restrained.
Very well.
The captain's safety needs to be kept.
And I'll go over to the console and push the communication for the bridge.
Haggard here, go ahead.
This is Rayburn, sir. He's refusing to cooperate on grounds that it's for captain's ears only. How would you like to handle this?
I suppose I'll come down to the brig and see what he has to say for him.
Very well, sir. We'll be down here.
Mr. Martell, you have the con. I will head down to security.
Well, it's good to know the captain's all right.
Yes, I personally carried him to sickbay.
All right, number one. What do you have to say for yourself?
I can only say this for your ears only, sir, given the sensitive nature of the intelligence.
All right. Rayburn, Avlop, if you'll give us the room. Yes, Rayburn, wait outside just in case, but I'm sure.
Sir, I have serious concerns about leaving you alone with him.
I understand, but I kind of tap the force field. I think hopefully this should be enough, and I walk over to the security locker and put in my code and take out a phaser, set it on heavy stun, and just kind of have it in my hand. But just in case, I'll
Fair.
keep him covered, as it were.
Very
And I
well.
promise to stay on this side of the screen.
Yes, sir. He reluctantly goes outside, but stays close to Zor.
All right, number one. It's just me and you here now. Care to tell me why you tried to assassinate the member of the Klingon High Council?
From the intelligence that I have and some of the new intelligence the Romulans gave me while I was their captive, it was made clear to me that the Klingons were in fact intending to enact a surprise attack using this raid as a pretense. Gorkon, despite all our beliefs otherwise, is actually the mastermind behind the war. I took it upon myself to act in the best interest of Starfleet and the Federation, and I thought to eliminate the threat. I regret to report that an officer beamed down and jumped into the line of fire, presumably to protect him from my fire. I mean, it would look very unusual. I really couldn't go into detail about this since technically the Romulans aren't supposed to tell us anything, and technically we don't have diplomatic relations. So the only person I think would have any authority to talk in this matter would be you. And I think Rayburn has a slight itch about me, which understandable. I did act somewhat suspiciously, to put it lightly.
So laying aside for the moment, the intelligence you gathered from the Romulan was the intelligence you held previously that led you to believe that Gorkon was behind a massive invasion plan, as it.
Well, in short, that there were other agents who wanted to effect the attack and to organize it. And I thought that it was him. I thought that one mastermind, I had him, that's who we're going for. And then the Romulans showed me what they had. And it was irrefutable. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. And
What was that exactly?
well, I'm sure the Romulan captain could probably beam over the details. But in effect, it would seem that he was mustering forces to work against the Federation. False lower houses, making raids into the Federation space, fermenting a sort of infighting among the Klingons until at one point he could step forward as the calm mind, the reasonable Klingon who could then wage war on us, the offending party, since, as you know, sir, we have violated their space, and they have every good reason to attack us if they so wanted.
Did it not occur to you that by shooting the Chancellor, you were accomplishing the same goal? I mean, my God, man, the Federation officers just tried to assassinate in full view of Federation, Klingon, and Romulan representatives the High Chancellor.
But without the mastermind, the rest of the snake falls flat. I expected a court-martial.
Mastermind? Number one, you've seen the same intelligence as I have. It doesn't care if there's some sort of Klingon Yamamoto out in the wings directing things. War between the Federation and the Klingons only ends in one way, with both of our exhaustions, with the Romulans sweeping right in. You know this. You've seen the same intelligence breakdowns that I have.
But time was of the essence. Right now, as the future possible emperor of the Empire, we were facing someone who would be able to unite the Klingons If I eliminate him, there will be a succession war. Yes, the Klingons will want to fight us, but they will be fighting themselves first, and that buys us time. If I did nothing, they would be able to act, and his plan would continue, and we would be none the wiser. Ideally, I would want to tell you all this before that meeting happened, but the Romulans, in their infinite wisdom, decided not to let me talk to you first, which, as you see, forced me to take drastic action. And far more direct action than I would prefer, honestly, sir.
All right, number one. I will consider what you say. However, I'm ordering you to cooperate with any and all medical investigation to make sure that you have your right mind. Will you comply with this order?
To be clear, sir, you wish me to undergo a psychological evaluation?
Full neurological scans in sick bay if necessary, under guard, and whatever other methods Dr. Avlop may deem appropriate, up to and including mind meld. The fate of the Federation and Empire and Klingon Empire rests on this. I have to be sure of what you're saying. Haggard here, go ahead.
Captain, we're receiving a hail from General Kern.
On my way. Stay cool, number one. I head out for the bridge. On screen, Mira.
Right on screen.
General, how's
Captain.
the High Counselor?
He will recover. We do
Oh,
not
thank God
wish
for
to
that.
instigate war with the Klingon Empire. I suggest you hand over your first officer.
And if I do, what will become of him?
He will stand trial on Kronos.
I believe that my first officer has been brainwashed by the Romulans. As of yet, I have no proof of this, and I'm only beginning our medical examinations. If you will allow the Argo to accompany your ships to Kronos, I will see that my first officer is judged. If I don't find proof between now and when our arrival on Kronos and the date of his trial, then he will stand trial, and I will abide by whatever decision the Klingon justice system arrives. I am at a loss, General.
I see that you're an honorable man, Captain. But your first officer will be beamed aboard my ship, and he will be taken care of. But I will allow you to accompany us to Kronos, to where you can witness firsthand the trial.
May I bring my physician to continue our investigation into the commander's psychological state? you may, of course, observe every test that we undertake.
Give me reason, or sorry, not reason. Presence command, difficulty of 3.
Presence command. I will, let's see, negotiation or persuasion.
Negotiation, I'll take.
All right. And I'll give you a, said it's difficulty 3.
Yes.
I'll give you 3 threat for 4 dice.
We do have 3 momentum.
Oh yeah, so I will give you 1 momentum and 2 threat for 4 dice, because that way I'll 1 threat, 2 momentum for 4 dice. That way I'll activate bold.
All right.
And let's see if we can't do something about that 0. There we go. Just made it.
Very well. But none shall be armed when they beam aboard.
Fair enough. I give you my word of honor that come unarmed. And I kind of shake my right hand. Well, no more than usual anyway.
We shall send coordinates within the hour.
I look forward to your hospitality, General.
Kapla.
So did I understand that right, that the Argo's not going to be allowed to go, be able to with?
No, the Argo can travel with, and you can witness the trial.
Okay.
But you, Wolfgang is supposed to be on board his ship under his own guard. You can beam a medical staff, one individual from the medical staff over to test him to see to his well-being.
So basically, me and a member of the medical staff can go over there and visit with him and do whatever.
Yes.
Okay, unarmed. Okay, fair enough. Ensign West, when they send us our coordinates and we move out, do not deviate. Let's see if we can't drag this entire situation out of the mud when we get to Kronos. Haggard to Rayburn.
Rayburn here, sir.
Rayburn, we will be transferring Commander Von Wart to Klingon custody, and the Argo will be accompanying the Klingon vessels to Kronos, where the commander will be tried for his assault on Chancellor Gorkon.
I suspected they were going to want that, sir. Sir, may I have a word with you in private? I might have an idea.
Certainly, I'll meet you in your security office.
Very good, sir.
Mr. Martell, you have the bridge. Again, you're turning into my tray. Just every time I leave.
Trey looks very disappointed.
As you're turning to leave, he goes, "Maybe one day I'll be captain of my own ship."
I'm sure you will. Engineering's an excellent starting point for command. What's your idea, Mr. Rayburn? God knows I could use a good one right about now. Just rubbing his forehead a little bit.
Sir, as you know, they don't know who he is that well. I mean, they know that we shot him, and I was your first officer, but they don't have DNA. What if we disguise somebody else? so that we can keep the real one here and find out what really happened.
Somehow I doubt that would work. We have permission for a member of the medical staff to accompany me on board the Klingon vessel to try and get to the bottom of what's going on with Commander von Wartburg, under Cleon's watchful eyes, of course. It is apparent, however, that the Romulans know exactly who he is. Certainly wouldn't put it past them to inform our Klingon friends of exactly that and provide them with whatever evidence that they have, up to and including, I'm sure, his DNA while he was in their captivity. Now, I don't think pulling a kind of fake von Wartburg is going to work in this situation.
Very well, sir. I just thought it might be worth your attention.
No, it's not a bad idea. Actually, I might have another one, but it all depends on when we can get here in time. You mind if I use your communicator?
Of course. Here you are.
Mira, see if you can connect with Commander von Wartburg's twin.
I can try, but she's a civilian, Captain. I can't really. It's not like I can pick a needle in a haystack.
Do your best, Lieutenant. I know this is a long shot, but see if you can't track her down and get a channel open to her. I might have a favor to ask. Do your best. I understand it's not going to be easy. Thank you, Mr. Rayburn. I think I'll have another word with Commander von Wartburg. All right, number one. Here's what's happening. You're going to be transferred to a Klingon vessel, there to be transported to Kronos, where you will be placed on trial for attempted assassination of High Council Member Gorkon.
Attempted? You mean he didn't die?
No, fortunately, Lieutenant Jensen and Lieutenant Rayburn managed to prevent your actions from succeeding.
Sir, you must see this for the trap that it is. Pull in one of the most advanced ships in the fleet, deep into Klingon territory. And they've been after me forever. Although they didn't know who I was for so long, but now they know me. And they know who's been poking at them for the last few years. They would find every reason to torture me, not just for this so-called charge.
It's very interesting that they do know you, because they really didn't know who you were for years. Suddenly fall into the hands of the Klingon's house they're allied with know exactly who you are, despite the fact that apparently at some point you and Lieutenant Shishran switched rank insignia. I find that a bit suspicious too. In any event, myself and a member of the medical staff have been granted permission by General Kern to beam over to the Klingon vessel and keep an eye on you and run tests under their supervision. Jessica Solari. So I'm asking again if you will comply with my order to submit willingly to any medical or psychological evaluation we deem necessary to make sure that you're telling us the truth.
What has to be done has to be done. But mark my words, Captain. If that counselor gets back to Kronos, the Federation and the Klingons will be at war and will be out of position.
Number one, I hope you're wrong. I truly do. I step over to the communicator. Dr. Avlop, please report to security. You're going to make me talk to myself. Avlop will come in. Yes, Captain. Commander von Wartburg has agreed to undergo a mind meld. Mr. Rayburn, if you could come in here.
Be right there, sir.
I'm asking you to go into the commander's cell and perform a mind meld. Mr. Rayburn and I will be right out here, and will, should anything go wrong, we'll act immediately to come to your aid if necessary. But you should be aware that right now I consider Commander von Wartburg not himself, and therefore unpredictable in his behaviors. I understand, Captain, and I am not without some training in the martial arts.
Oh boy, is everybody suffering from split personality?
My voice, my throat's a little dry and sore right now. So
Yeah. So yeah, Haggard will be ready with a phaser, and I'm assuming Rayburn will too. And can the individual cells be flooded with anethane gas? And
potentially, I guess.
so, and then Avlop, with Haggard and Rayburn covering, Avlop will drop the shield and go into Wolfgang's cell, and then we'll put the shield back up, the field, whatever.
Okay.
Commander, please just relax. A mind meld can be disorientating at first, but do not resist. I do not wish to hurt you, and it will not hurt you. I place my fingers on the appropriate points. My mind to your mind. Your mind to my mind. Our minds are becoming one.
So this will be a control plus medicine difficulty of 1.
Difficulty of 1.
Yes.
Control plus medicine difficulty.
It'll be opposed. So
Okay. She will take the momentum for a 3rd die. Control medicine.
And what's the resist roll? Same numbers or?
It's the same.
Okay. Oh, okay. Do.
Secret stuff going on. Nasty commanders is with their dirty secrets is.
Gollum here. Oh God.
Sound like him too. Sorry. Sounded really painful.
It hurt worse earlier. Yeah, I'm just gonna reroll the whole set. Hope I get a better chance at this.
One momentum gained. Volop's mind is filled with images, strange ones, places that she could see in terms for like being on a Romulan ship, pain that kind of courses through the memory,
You said pain?
pain of some sort of intense torture or surgery of some kind.
I will spend that momentum for more information to see if I can determine exactly what was done to him. If it was surgery or just violent brainwashing or a combination of the two.
It's cloudy. It's kind of hard to say for certain, but it does seem like it could potentially be cloudy, or a form of a form of both.
But his mind has definitely been tampered with.
Yes.
Okay. And I will gently withdraw the mind meld.
That wasn't supposed to hurt at all, was it? Ow.
I warned you about resisting, Commander. I will have Medbay send up an analgesic. It should soothe your headache. Lieutenant, Captain, if you please, and I will phase her out, undo the force field, and let Avlop out, and then put it back up. Avlop will kind of nod towards the hallway, and with a look back at his first officer, Haggard will exit. Although I could not find any details, Captain, the commander's mind has most definitely been violently tampered with through either surgery or brutish brainwashing techniques, or both. His memories of time spent aboard the Romulan ship are completely intertwined with pain and clouded memories of faces and torture. I believe that you are correct, that his mind has been altered with, but I do not have any proof that I think will satisfy the Klingons. However, if surgery was part of this, and if any kind of deep torture was attempted, that should leave medical evidence behind, although the Romulans are a highly skilled and highly technological people. It might take Dr. Brennan some time to find it, but I believe there's a possibility that if he looks carefully and closely, it might well be there to be found. But the commander is currently not in his right mind. Thank you, Doctor. That's a relief. Captain, if he manages to survive the next several days, the trial in the Klingon High Command, even if you are able to save him, the commander will require extensive therapy. And even then, this level of trauma can be very difficult to work with. Understood, Doctor. Let's deal with one difficulty at a time. And I'll fill Rayburn in on that as well. So he definitely has to be treated as dangerous, I'm afraid. He's not in his right mind, but Commander von
Indeed.
Wartburg possesses experience and skills that make him an incredibly dangerous man.
Yes, and he also knows a lot of information that could be handed over to the Klingons or Romulans should they somehow get him back.
Agreed. Although from what Avlop tells me, brain is relatively scrambled the way it is. I don't know. But keep him under lock and key, and when we transfer him to the Klingon vessel, take full security precautions. Unfortunately, he has to be treated like a dangerous prisoner.
Yes, sir.
And he turns, he's about to go out, and he turns back. But remember, somebody's messed with his brain, but that's one of the best damn men I've ever known. One of the finest officers in Starfleet. So, while we have to take precautions, never forget who he really is, and give him all due respect.
Or who he was, sir. He might not be that man anymore.
Think positive, Mr. Rayburn. Think positive. I'll head back up to the bridge with a kind of weary trod. I'll kind of take the long route to think for a minute and clear my head.
I think this is a good spot to end today's session.
Okay.
And this will be to be continued for a later date.
Part
Sorry,
3.
Caleb. I really thought you were going to get some fun when I left you in charge of the ship.